Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into something absolutely crucial for so many of you out there. We're breaking down Dr. Orletta Caldwell's really powerful 7-week framework. It's designed specifically for early-stage Black nonprofit founders and their board members to finally move from total confusion straight to clarity. We're going to look at exactly how organizations hitting under that $3 million mark can push past those early growing pains and achieve some genuine, sustainable success. So let's just start with a really direct question. Are you the founder doing absolutely everything? You know the reality, right? You're acting as the program director, the bookkeeper, the social media manager, and, oh yeah, the grant writer. Heck, you probably took out the trash this morning too. It is an incredibly heavy burden, and it's shockingly common for early-stage founders to try and force a vision into existence through sheer willpower alone. And that everyday reality, it leads straight to a sentiment we found deep in Dr. Caldwell's case studies. One founder literally said, "I started my nonprofit because I wanted to help people. Now everyone expects me to do everything." Man, that is just completely exhausting. But here's the hard truth we really have to face. Burnout stalls the mission. When you, the founder, become the bottleneck for every single task, the organization just can't grow to serve the community the way you intended. Operating without a clear path or trying to shoulder the whole shebang without shared leadership essentially creates a fractured foundation. And you know what a cracked foundation does? It actively repels funding. Honestly, most nonprofits don't struggle because of bad intentions. They struggle because of the overwhelm and misalignment that inevitably sets in right after the excitement of launch. So here's a crucial takeaway to keep in mind. Funding follows clarity, trust, and relationships. It doesn't just magically appear because you have a good heart. Instead of running on a hamster wheel, frantically chasing grants, you have to build an organization that funders inherently trust. Think about it. They want to see their money going to a stable, well-managed structure, not a house of cards held up by one exhausted founder. And that brings us to the core solution introduced in our source materials today. It's the Nonprofit Management Series, From Confusion to Clarity. Basically, it's a 7-week online academy tailored for nonprofits that desperately need structure and practical guidance so they can stop operating in survival mode and actually start scaling their impact. To get there, the Academy is built on 6 absolute pillars of success. We're talking mission clarity, fundraising, finances, governance, marketing, and volunteer management. These pillars have to work together seamlessly, kind of like gears in a well-oiled machine. While we're going over the what and why today, the actual step-by-step how is waiting right inside the course. Because, you see, true success doesn't look like one person standing all alone at the front of the room. It looks like diverse, professional leaders collaborating together at the board table. The strongest nonprofits are built on a real partnership, meaning shared leadership between a high-functioning board and a super-capable executive director. And to make that collaboration actually work, we need ironclad boundaries. The board governs, meaning they set the mission, they approve policies, ensure compliance, and manage risk. On the flip side, the executive director manages. They execute the strategy, run the day-to-day operations, and lead the staff. Honoring this specific distinction every single day is literally the secret to avoiding massive organizational conflict. But what happens when that boundary gets a little blurry? Well, you get what's called founder syndrome. The symptoms are pretty clear. The founder keeps way too much control, a weak board acts as a rubber stamp rather than actually governing, and there's zero succession planning. Now, this doesn't mean the founder is a bad person, not at all. It just means the organization is still relying on the founder's initial grit instead of stepping up to sustainable systems.
So, what's the antidote to all that overwhelm? It's a trusting, open communication loop and crystal clear delegation between the board and the ED. When you establish this, you actually get to celebrate wins together as true co-leaders. And what's great is that Dr. Caldwell's course actually hands you the exact role templates and board assessment checklists to make this harmonious structure your reality.
Let's apply this systems thinking to the money side of things. There is a huge, game-changing difference between fundraising strategy and fundraising activity. Activity? That's just frantic grant writing. It's reactive, it's stressful, and honestly, it's unpredictable. Strategy, on the other hand, is about building long-term revenue habits, identifying diverse income streams, and cultivating real relationships. We really have to stop just hunting for the next one-off check. And the beautiful part here is that you don't have to figure out how to do all this from scratch. The operational documents you actually need to execute these pillars, like a fundraising plan template, a board assessment, a volunteer checklist, and a one-page strategic blueprint, are provided week by week right inside the academy. You are literally building your organization's startup binder as you learn. Ultimately, this entire framework is designed to spark a massive mindset shift. It moves you from being a reactive founder trying to put out daily fires to becoming a proactive CEO who is building a fully integrated operating system. You stop worrying about just surviving the month and start building a legacy that outlasts any single person in the room. So how do we put all this into action without, getting completely overwhelmed all over again? Well, we do it by breaking down a daunting 12-month period into really manageable phases. Quarter 1 is planning, Quarter 2 is execution, Quarter 3 is review, and Quarter 4 is launch and evaluate. This continuous flow is the absolute backbone of Dr. Caldwell's Now What to Next framework. And the ultimate artifact you walk away with from the program is exactly this: the Now What to Next 12-month quarterly roadmap. This isn't just some generic strategic plan that's going to sit on a shelf collecting dust. No, it's an actionable dashboard with a traffic light system: green for on track, yellow for monitor, and red for immediate attention. It takes your big picture mission and translates it into trackable, everyday momentum. Now, what makes this roadmap truly a superpower is the graduation exercise. Founders actually learn to take this roadmap and pitch it to funders, community partners, and their boards in exactly 20 minutes. You concisely cover why you exist, your current reality, major priorities, your roadmap, how you measure success, and what you need. Let me tell you, being able to articulate all of this on demand proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that you have the capacity to scale. Which brings us to our final, pretty powerful question. What is your now what? Are you going to keep carrying the heavy burden of your mission entirely on your own, risking burnout and a cracked foundation? Or are you ready to finally build the systems that let your vision thrive independently of you? The blueprint is out there, guys. It's just a matter of putting it to work. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.